Hello everyone and welcome back to All Transfer News. Today we've got the latest updates on our beloved club, Liverpool. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment of Liverpool transfer news. Let's get started.
Luis Diaz confirms Liverpool exit talks on as Barcelona learn Mammoth price tag. Luis Diaz breaks silence on Liverpool exit talk as Barcelona and Al Nassr circle. Liverpool winger Luis Diaz has responded to growing speculation around his future. At Anfield, amid mounting interest from Barcelona and Saudi outfit Al Nassr, as fresh details emerge about his valuation. Diaz, who nearly joined Tottenham Hotspur before Liverpool swooped in back in January 2022, has proven to be a key figure at the club since arriving for a reported $37.5 million up front, plus 12.5 in performance-related bonuses. Since his arrival, the Colombian international has racked up 41 goals and 23 assists in 148 matches, contributing to Liverpool's Premier League title, FA Cup, 2 League Cups, and Community Shield triumphs. While his finishing can be erratic, at times, Diaz's flair and dribbling ability often allow him to beat multiple defenders and either find the back of the net or create chances for teammates. His versatility came to the fore last season under new manager Arne Slot, as he was frequently deployed in a false 9 role due to Darwin Núñez's inconsistency. Diaz still managed 13 goals and 7 assists as Liverpool reclaimed the Premier League crown in Slot's debut campaign. Despite his on-pitch contributions, Diaz remains on the same contract he signed upon his arrival in 2022. Though performance clauses have slightly increased his initial $55,000 a week wages, the raise hasn't been substantial. Liverpool, for their part, are reluctant to part ways with the 28-year-old, but also seem unwilling to negotiate improved terms. Barcelona, who have tracked Diaz for several years, have already seen 2 bids rejected. However, the La Liga giants have now made Diaz their top target for the left wing following Nico Williams' decision to renew with Athletic Club. Diaz recently returned to Colombia and sat down for an interview with influencer La Liendra, where he offered an update on his future. When asked whether he could leave Liverpool this summer, he stated, via Marca, "We're in discussions. We'll see what happens, both for us and the club. We want to make the best decision possible." When pressed about Barcelona and Al Nassr's interest, Diaz added, "Yes, we're in talks. Conversations are ongoing with Liverpool and the parties showing interest, but I feel calm and happy where I am. I just want to make the right choice." Despite Liverpool's intention to keep him, reports suggest it would take an extraordinary offer to change their stance. According to German publication Bild, the Reds would only entertain a bid in the region of $82 million 71 mir 96 meters to consider parting with Diaz. Bayern Munich are also admirers of the winger, though their current focus is on securing Chelsea attacker Christopher Nkunku. Meanwhile, Barcelona are increasingly leaning toward Diaz over Manchester United's Marcus Rashford, despite the Englishman being eager to secure a move to Camp Nou. Should Liverpool eventually sanction Diaz's departure, they may re-enter the market for a high-profile winger to replace him. Contract frustration reportedly fuels Diaz's desire to leave. Recent reports from June 27th indicated that Diaz has grown disillusioned with how he's being treated by the club, particularly regarding his salary, which reportedly lags well behind Liverpool's other frontline stars. It was claimed over the weekend that Diaz is now going all out to push for a transfer to Barcelona. His father has previously gone on record to describe a potential move to Barca as a dream for his son. Al Nassr, meanwhile, are attempting to lure Diaz to the Saudi Pro League in an effort to satisfy Cristiano Ronaldo's demand for elite reinforcements after the Portuguese icon agreed to extend his stay. Although Al Nassr are financially better placed than Barcelona to meet Liverpool's valuation, it remains unclear whether Diaz would be willing to leave top-tier European football at this stage of his career. Transfer activity at Liverpool temporarily paused. Following tragedy, Liverpool's summer transfer activity has temporarily been placed on hold as the club continues to mourn the tragic passing of Diogo Jota. The Portuguese forward died in a car accident in Spain alongside his brother, leaving teammates and staff heartbroken. While more transfers, both incoming and outgoing, are expected before the window shuts on September 1st, the timing of resumed negotiations remains uncertain. Liverpool and Manchester City could battle over Real Madrid talent in the meantime, Liverpool are reportedly eyeing a Real Madrid player who is looking to leave the Bernabeu, setting up a potential transfer battle with Manchester City. The identity of the player hasn't been publicly disclosed, but the interest signals Liverpool's continued desire to bolster their squad further. Crystal Palace playmaker Ebereki Ez is Barcelona miss out on Luis Diaz and Nico Williams as Rashford emerges as surprise option. Barcelona's summer plans have hit a snag after they failed in their pursuit of both Luis Diaz and Nico Williams. Diaz, believed to be the Catalan club's top attacking target, remains off limits despite nearing the end of his contract at Liverpool. The Reds have made it abundantly clear that they have no intention of letting the Colombian leave Anfield this summer. With the Diaz deal dead in the water, Barcelona quickly turned their attention to Nico Williams, one of the breakout stars of last summer's European Championship. The athletic Bilbao winger had been edging closer to a move to Camp Nou, but negotiations broke down after the Spanish giants couldn't meet his demands, particularly around sporting guarantees. As a result, Williams opted to commit his long-term future to Bilbao, leaving Barca scrambling for alternatives. Now Manchester United's Marcus Rashford could become a surprise solution. Rashford doesn't appear to be part of new United manager Ruben Amorim's long-term plans, having been loaned out to Aston Villa earlier this year. Although the forward impressed during his stint at Villa Park, the move was not made permanent, and he now finds himself in limbo regarding his next step. Reports suggest the England international still dreams of playing for Barcelona, and that door may now reopen. However, United are prioritizing a permanent sale over another loan, which complicates things. Newcastle are also monitoring Rashford's situation, but are only interested in a temporary deal, something United aren't keen on. At 27, Rashford has proven his ability to score goals at the highest level, but a lack of consistency has raised concerns. With Amorim ushering in a new era at Old Trafford, the club seems to be turning the page on several familiar faces. A new era underway at Manchester United. Manchester United's preseason is officially underway with a clear message. Things are going to change. Leading the charge is new £62.5 million signing Matheus Cunha, who arrived early at Carrington from Wolves, eager to make a statement. The Brazilian striker was the first to report for training, arriving before 8 a.m. in a chauffeur-driven car. He was soon joined by fellow new recruit Diego Leon and first-team players including Mason Mount, Amad Diallo, and promising talents like Joshua Zirkzee and Kobbie Mainoo. In total, 15 players took part in the opening session of preseason, while the rest of the squad is expected to return later in the week. Notably absent were Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Tyrell Malacia, Anthony Martial, and Alejandro Garnacho. All five have reportedly expressed a desire to leave the club and were asked to remain away from training for the time being. They're expected to rejoin the group only after Amorim and his team leave for their preseason tour in the United States. Rashford has already lost his iconic number 10 shirt to Cunha, a symbolic move that underlines the changing of the guard at Old Trafford. The forward is now actively exploring options abroad, with Barcelona still viewed as his dream destination. Meanwhile, club captain Bruno Fernandes and teammate Diogo Dalot have been granted compassionate leave after attending the funeral of Diogo Jota, the Liverpool striker who tragically died in a car accident in northern Spain alongside his brother. Both players, close friends of Jota, were said to be devastated by the news, and Amorim has given them time to grieve before returning to action. Amorim focused on revival. After disastrous season, after finishing 15th last season, United's lowest position in Premier League history, the pressure is on Ruben Amorim to deliver a rapid turnaround. Missing out on European football for only the second time in 35 years has intensified the urgency.